Good evening and welcome. You're watching the NewsHour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. In the last 24 hours, Times Now has accessed two survey reports. First, by Advocate Commissioner Ajay Mishra, who carried out the first 2 days of the Gyanvapi survey. And the second report, that of Vishal Singh, who led the remaining detailed survey inside the Gyanvapi mosque complex, its basements as well as the wuzukhana. Now, these two reports together are exhaustive in describing what was seen by the court surveyors and the petitioners and the Intizamiya committee, which is the mosque committee. Because remember, all of them and their lawyers accompanied the surveyors. But if there's two things that emerge conclusively in both of these reports, it is that there is a presence of an overwhelming number of motifs which could only belong to a Hindu temple. And all of these motifs are in the Gyanvapi compound. The second thing that is borne out overwhelmingly is that the structure found in the middle of the wuzukhana is a shivling that perhaps was covered up. That's right. The most startling part of this report by Vishal Singh, the second report, is that the structure found in the wuzukhana was not only an oval black stone closest to what a traditional shivling looks like, but that there was a white stone put on top of it. One wonders why. Was there an effort to try and hide the existence of the shivling? Pardon me. Now come to the second part. The report talks in detail about the claim that the structure found in the center of the wuzukhana is a fountain. They say that the alleged fountain has one hole in the middle, which is less than half an inch wide. The depth of this so-called hole in the fountain is only 63 centimeters. It doesn't even go all the way down. It just goes 63 centimeters. And there is no water pipe or the input for a water pipe in, on or around this fountain, which leads to four main questions ahead of the critical hearing in the Supreme Court tomorrow. First question: was there an effort to cover up the shivling in the wuzukhana? Why was a white stone installed on top of the oval structure, most likely a shivling? Has the "this is a fountain" theory been conclusively debunked by what this report contains? Even if you discount the shivling discovery, how does one explain the presence of distinctly temple-like motifs like swastikas and lotus flowers and a broken elephant statue in the mosque compound? It's there on pillars, it's there in the basement, it's there on the walls. Or is all of this being manufactured in these reports and leaked in an effort to try and create a narrative to undercut the Places of Worship Act?
Before even the report is given to the court, it is leaked to the media and every news channel is carrying it. Where is the importance of the court over here now? Completely unfair order. It is completely unfair that the media report is leaked by a person who is no more a commissioner. That report is leaked by him. This is a deliberate leak which has been done by the person who was appointed on the suggestion of the petitioners.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us now is G.V. Narasimha Rao, MP and National Spokesperson of the BJP, Acharya Vikramaditya, Spiritual Guru, Waris Pathan, National Spokesperson of AIMIM, Sumaya Rana, Spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, Maqsoodul Hassan, former Vice President of AMU Students Union. Waris Pathan, I want to start by asking you, at least one thing is clear now, that this is not a fountain. A fountain cannot have a half-inch hole which is 69 centimeters deep and no water pipe.
This will be decided by the Honorable Supreme Court tomorrow, but my contention even now is that it is a fountain and not a shivling, because the caretaker and the people who have been using it, and since 400 years they have been doing ablution and wuzu there, and they say it is a fountain. And such, if you come with me to several mosques in and around Mumbai, Delhi, everywhere, we can see where there is a wuzukhana, in the middle of it there is a fountain. So I say this is a fountain.
Okay, but sir, this fountain apparently was built, first of all, this wasn't functional. Mr. Pathan, let me quote to you what happened. when people said कि अच्छा it's a fountain, then make it work. Let's see it work as a fountain. So let me quote to you from the report. संख्या 4 के अधिवक्ता द्वारा कहा गया कि ये फव्वारा है. संख्या 4, प्रतिवादी संख्या 4. Sir, I'm quoting from the report. It's going to be a very simple and sane debate. So let me quote verbatim from the report. And why I'm quoting from the report is that this report, sir, has been signed off by both sides, the Intizamiya committee and their lawyers, and the petitioner and their lawyers. So now let me quote to you from the report where both sides have put their signatures. Let me quote to you. प्रतिवादी संख्या 4 अंजुमन इंतजामिया के मुंशी श्री एजाज मोहम्मद से पूछा गया कि ये फवारा कब से बंद है, तो बोले काफी समय से बंद है. फिर कहा 20 वर्ष से बंद है, फिर कहा 12 वर्ष से बंद है. वादी के अधिवक्ता द्वारा यह कहा गया कि कमीशन फवारा मुंशी जी चालू करके दिखाए, तो मुंशी श्री एजाज अहमद ने असमर्थता जाहिर कर दी. If it's a fountain, why doesn't it work? If it's a fountain,
this is a report which was done by Ajay Mishra and is removed by the court.
No, it's not, sir. It's not. That's the beauty. This one.
No. The other side, the Muslim Paks was not heard in the matter itself.
Arey, Mr. Varis Pathan, this is not that report at all. This is the second report which is submitted into the court today.
Vijay Singh also. I am talking about Vijay Singh report as well.
This is Vijay Singh's report. He hasn't been removed by court.
Vijay Singh's report. Why did he leak? Why, when the matter is sub judice tomorrow before the Supreme Court, the Honorable Supreme Court will be hearing the matter.
Sir,
this is nothing but creating an afwa type.
Sir, talk about the content. Now, I am not a spokesperson for Vijay Singh.
Type situation in our country.
This report is with us. I am not a spokesperson for Vijay Singh. He can speak for himself.
Speaking over each other, we don't want.
Sir, abhi you wanted.
No, if you want to have a decent debate,
Mr. Pathan,
ask a question. I will answer to it.
I am asking a question.
Otherwise, I am in no mood to answer to your all questions. Please.
I asked a question. My question is simple.
I am answering. I am saying clearly that this report is a leaked report. The order of the court is also illegal because it was passed without hearing the Muslim side. And that order is also challenged before the Honorable Supreme Court. The Supreme Court today said that the lower court cannot pass any order till the matter is decided by us. That is the order of the Honorable Supreme Court.
Mr. Pathan, right now you were willing to accompany us to mosques around the country and say, oh, every wuzukhana has a fountain. My simple question to you is, when the survey happened, the Anjuman Intizamiya lawyer was asked, sir, what is this? He said it's a fountain. Then the other side said, make it work. He said it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, how do you know it's a fountain? First of all, how do you know it's a fountain if it hasn't worked in the last 50 years?
How do you believe that report? How, without the court commenting on it, why do you make this report public? And why you want to create an evoke tax situation in our country by spreading false lies and canards?
How do you know it is false lies and canards? It is in the survey report, sir. How can you call it lies and canards without even knowing what is in the report? How do you know it is lies?
They are spreading. No, before the court deciding the matter, it is going in the media.
Sir, report is a report.
The report is leaked before the media and the media is taking cognizance of it.
Sir, there are many cases where we get details.
Report and debating on it.
I am requesting you talk about the content.
If the media wants to have it, kindly debate on the 1991 Places of Worship Act, madam.
Sir, this debate right now in court is about whether there should be further excavation and what was found in the survey.
The Supreme Court has said.
Acharya Vikramaditya wants to respond to you. Sir, we cannot decide that. Nobody will talk about this.
Follow that.
Nobody can decide. You can't talk about this.
I say the lower court already.
Sir, you cannot say, no, we will not talk about this. You cannot appeal against it. Court cannot give order. Acharya Vikramaditya responding to you. Acharya Vikramaditya, my question to you, or rather Varis Pathan's question to you is, are these reports being manufactured in order to create an atmosphere of hate and distrust? Acharya Vikramaditya.
This is what the BJP wants to do.
जो reports आ रही हैं वो कोर्ट की रिपोर्ट है, कोर्ट कमिश्नर की रिपोर्ट है. Need not to worry. Each and everything is being done by the order of the court. Need not to fool people. Varis Pathan साहब, कुरान पढ़िए.
The order of the lower court itself is illegal.
कुरान में bells याद है, घंटियां. अरे घंटियां याद है कुरान में, घंटियां. कुरान में घंटियां किसकी आवाज है?
तो क्या हुआ?
कुरान में कहा जाता है जो घंटियां हैं वो शैतान की आवाज है, शैतान की आवाज, शैतान की।
एक वजू खाने
अरे ये देखो, ये
आपने चला दिया,
ये देखो, अरे यहाँ देखो, आंख चश्मा लगा लो, चश्मा
खिलवाड़ करना शुरू कर दिया।
अरे चश्मा लगाओ, चश्मा,
छोटी सी राजनीति के लिए।
अरे चश्मा ऐसे लगता है, चश्मा अगर आंखें खराब है
देख सकता हूँ,
चश्मा लगा लो भाई,
अंधा नहीं हो,
चश्मा लगाओ, चश्मा
आपकी तरह अकल का अंधा नहीं हूँ,
नहीं देख सकते तो ये दिखाई दे रहा है,
सब बात समझ रहा हूँ मैं,
को पूरे भारत को, पूरे विश्व को दिखाई दे रहा है। ये घंटे की, ये घंटे की आकृति है, ये घंटे की आकृति है। अब कल जो आप लोग प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे थे बैठकर, उसके अंदर बता रहे थे कि ये जो शिवलिंग है, ये शिवलिंग है,
चलिए मेरे
फुआरा बता रहे थे, हमारे भगवान के शिवलिंग को फुआरा बता रहे थे।
वजू खाने के
अरे गए हो मस्जिद में आज तक?
चलिए मेरे साथ,
गए हो क्या? नहीं गए आज तक?
सब चलने को तैयार है। मिस्टर पठान, फर्स्ट यू से लेट्स नॉट टॉक अबाउट इट. Whenever it is inconvenient, you say let's not talk about it. Then you say come with me to the mosque. I'm going to show you the fountain and what it looks like. Acharya Vikramaditya is showing you pictures. Please listen to him, sir. Listen to him and then respond. Mr. Pathan, we can debate on substance. We can't shout at each other. Acharya Vikramaditya and Varis Pathan, please. Yes, go on. Acharya Vikramaditya, make your point. What is your point?
Padmaja, this is a black, ये काला, जो काला शिवलिंग है, इस काले शिवलिंग के ऊपर काई जमी हुई है, काई, एल्गी लगी हुई है, एल्गी, क्योंकि पानी था उसके ऊपर, और जो ये व्हाइट पेस्ट इन्होंने लगा दिया है उसके ऊपर व्हाइट सीमेंट का, उसके ऊपर नहीं है कोई भी एल्गी, क्योंकि ये बाद में पेस्ट किया गया। इनको पता चला कि आने वाले इंस्पेक्शन करने के लिए तो उसके ऊपर एक क्रॉस बना दिया, दे हैव जस्ट मेड अ क्रॉस ऑन दैट थिंग। ये जो फूल बनाने का प्रोसेस बनाया है इन लोगों ने, ये साफ साफ पूरा विश्व देख रहा है कि जो टेक्निकली फॉल्ट इन्होंने दिखाया है, ये साफ दिखाई दे रहा है। जो शिवलिंग है, जो बेसिकली उसको वो पानी में रहने से उसके अंदर काई जम गई, काई जानते हो, काई।
But I was making a
point because you are doing a good job of interrupting. I don't get a chance because you are constantly speaking.
The agenda is demolished.
Sir, what is the agenda? And everyone is quoting verbatim.
You have asked a question and you should have the patience to listen to me.
Okay, but Mr. Pathan, the question is very direct and specific. Again, let me quote to you from the report, and then any problems you have, GVL Narasimha Rao will answer. The point is,
I am showing you one more picture.
Okay, show the picture.
जी, ये पिक्चर जरा, ये पिक्चर देखें आप, ये पिक्चर देखें जरा, ये पिक्चर देखें, ये पिक्चर देखें। ये पिक्चर जो है वो बैक कोड है, बैक पीछे का दिखाता है कि कैसे उस मंदिर के ढांचे को यूज करके। अरे आप क्या दिखाओगे? आपने घर से बना के लाए हुए पिक्चर, जाके देखो वहां पे, जाके वहां के देखो, वहां जाके लोग जो आप लोगों के जिन लोगों को आप सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, औरंगजेब को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, उसके आतंक का प्रतीक है, उसके आतंक का प्रतीक है। आपको जवाब देंगे माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय कल, चिंता ना करो। इस देश के अंदर जो आप बलवा करना चाह रहे हो, इस देश के अंदर वो दिखा रहा है, ये दिखाई देता है।
तो कल
कैसा मंदिर है ये देख,
इंतजार करिए।
अरे देखिए खान साहब,
आप जाके सब जगह,
अरे वासी पठान तो सच्चे होते हैं। अरे पठान का जो बॉलीवुड ने इमेज बनाया था, पठान वो होते हैं जो मुसल्लम जिनका ईमान होता है।
Okay, please, to the point, please, no personal comments, please, Acharya Vikramaditya, come to the point. आप क्या दिखा रहे हैं? Go on, point.
यहाँ देखो.
I am Waris Pathan, I am proud
my point is, Padmaja, the picture which I am showing you, that is the backyard of the masjid, the Gyanvapi structure. You can clearly see the demolished temple, which was demolished by the Aurangzeb and Aurangzeb's forces. This is a clear image of this thing. Even a blind person can understand this thing. How the temple was demolished at that time, and the same structure was erected on that thing.
That is a great point, sir. That is a great point. And the shivling was not left untouched. GVL Narasimha Rao, weigh in on this, but before that, let me quote from another part of the report. You are absolutely right. Varis Pathan today is mocking, Aurangzeb wasn't a fool. If he demolished the temple, why did he leave the shivling? But Mr. Pathan, nobody left the shivling. Here is how the survey found the shivling. It says that 2.5 foot ऊंची व base पर 4 foot व्यास, which is that 4 feet diameter, गोलाकार आकृति मिली जो शुरू पे पानी में डूबी थी. This oval stone which is 4 feet in diameter, was submerged in water और उसके ऊपर 6 इंच by 6 इंच के पत्थर को रखा गया था. So basically they are saying that there was another white stone which was put on top. 9 इंच by 9 इंच, माफ कीजिएगा, इसके टॉप पर लगभग 9 इंच by 9 इंच गोलाकार सफेद पत्थर अलग से लगा था. जीवी नरसिम्हा राव, ये ओवल स्टोन के ऊपर गोलाकार सफेद पत्थर, and I want viewers to note that the original stone which was submerged in water was grey black, but the 9 inch by 9 inch on top of it was white. Why? Jeevel Narasimha Rao.
Yeah, Padmaja, good evening to you, the viewers, and all the viewers of Times Now. I think over the past few days, what Hindus have all along known, not just believed, all along known for sure, that this was a barbarity at its worst that was perpetrated in Kashi. It was visible to the naked eye. Anyone who ever visited Baba Vishwanath Mandir, and every devout Hindu would have been there, they can recall their own memories. I think it's so visible. Why was it done in a visible way? Maybe it was done with that sadistic pleasure to make Hindus realize that in their own country, in a country where they were in a majority even at that time, how barbarity could be perpetrated and how they could be persecuted. Maybe this was a barbarism at its worst display. But today, when you realize, when you see all these symbols emerge 353 years after demolition, I think it's bleeding the hearts of Hindus. Let me make it very clear, it bleeds.
But Varis Pathan is saying that these reports are being manufactured and leaked to carry on a narrative so that you can circumvent the Places of Worship Act.
No, Padmaja, it is shocking that in a country where it has become independent 75 years ago, in the most holiest of places in Kashi, we are still debating about these matters, and the likes of OIC, Varis Pathan, they would rather believe, they would hero worship Aurangzeb. I want him to say on this program, all those Muslim tyrants who invaded India, destroyed temples, who were intolerant, let him rebuke them for once on this program. Let them say Aurangzeb is a tyrant who needs to be condemned by the entire community, Indian Muslim community. Let him say that. Will he say it? But they seem to be hero worshipping these people.
Their contention, Padmaja, is that
I'm getting some sadistic
Rahmatullah alayhi, as per,
no, please
he
say
did not destroy any.
He's a man to be condemned by Indian Muslim community.
Contention is there. Why do we go there? These questions I have been answering since last 10 days.
Oh, he did not destroy any
Since last 10 days I have been answering to this question. Let me tell you, Padmaja, the ASI has declared Aurangzeb's monument as a protected monument. ASI comes under the government. Mr. Modi, Prime Minister Modi is head of it. Why does he not change the rule? Tell him nobody should go there to his rule. But my question is, Mr. GVL, Jinnah, who broke our country? Bharat. Advani ji goes to his grave. You have no objection to that. You never objected to Advani going to Jinnah's grave.
We will talk about this some other day. We are talking about the 17th century insult.
Advani goes there and you don't speak about that.
No, we will talk about independence some other day, Varis Pathan. Today, tell me, please say on this program, Aurangzeb needs to be condemned by the Indian Muslim community. Make your statement. Please say from your party, do you accept that Aurangzeb was a man to be condemned for his intolerance?
The Supreme Court says that
people
it is a part of the Constitution, places of worship, and you cannot change the nature.
They consider Aurangzeb to be their ancestor.
Okay, we will just talk about Aurangzeb in a second. Mr. Rao, if you can answer the question that this report is an instrument, it's being weaponized to circumvent Places of Worship Act. That is the direct charge by Varis Pathan. Please respond to that. Are you trying to circumvent Places of Worship Act?
Okay, first of all, the matter is, no, not at all. I'll answer that question. the inspection, the order for inspection of the Gyanvapi mosque. I would rather call it Gyanvapi temple. I think it would be inappropriate to call it mosque. If Varis and his ilk want to go and pray there, I have no problem. It's a Gyanvapi temple. And if the inspection, the order
Supreme
for
Court has allowed us
inspection
to go
given
there
by
and
the
pray there,
lower
sir.
court,
Supreme Court has given us permission. We can go there, offer our prayer, offer our namaz, and prior to the prayer, we do ablution, wuzu, and we can do that wuzu there.
Allowed the inspection to be done.
Supreme Court has given us permission.
Okay, Mr. Maqsood ul Hasan. Mr. Maqsood ul Hasan.
To seal the
Okay, Maqsood ul Hasan.
decision to seal also was by the Honorable Supreme
Don't
Court.
call a masjid a temple. इससे आप लोगों की साजिश नजर आ रही है. आप जो साजिश कर रहे हैं एक ज्ञानवापी मस्जिद को दूसरी बाबरी मस्जिद बनाने की, ये हम होने नहीं देंगे. अगर आप ऐसा सोच रहे हैं तो 1992 भूलना मत, उसका जवाब हम तुम्हें दोबारा देंगे.
Okay, first of all, Mr. Hasan, please language. Language, please do not use threatening language. क्या किस चीज का जवाब सर? This is a legal process. कोर्ट का सर्वे है, कोर्ट को रिपोर्ट दी गई है, कोर्ट अपॉइंटेड कमिश्नर एडवोकेट है.
मस्जिद को मंदिर बनाए दे रहा है बैठ के. ये कौन सा लीगल प्रोसेस है? क्या डिक्लेयर हो गया वो?
जी वेल से मारा.
All the symbols of Hindu religion exist there.
ये कैसे कह सकते हैं एक मस्जिद को मंदिर?
Yeah, if there is a shivling, if there are idols, if there is a Sheshra hood, if there is a trishul, if there is a damru, if there is lotus, if there is swastik, what do you call this? No, you can claim it to be a masjid. I can't contest that. But I'm saying with all
the masjid and it will remain a masjid. When your government,
simple.
When your government is making this Kashi Vishwanath corridor, how many shivlings you broke? Your government broke all the shivlings around the Kashi Vishwanath.
That is a great question actually, Mr. Maqsood ul Hasan, which only goes to prove that actually when Sumaya Rana's leader Akhilesh Yadav says कि कहीं भी कोई एक पत्थर रखकर लगाकर मंदिर बना देता है, that is not held dear. If people use a temple to try and encroach, the government will act against them. But these places of worship hold a special place in the mythology and in the tradition of the Hindu religion, which is why Kashi, Mathura, Ayodhya hold a special place, as do these temples. Now, Mr. Maqsood ul Hasan, it is not just about what is found in the wuzu khana. Listen to what is being said and you would be shocked to hear this. Page 4 of the report says, अंत में दक्षिण दिशा में तीसरा गुंबद कायम है सुमैया राना, जिसके अंदर जाने पर एक पत्थर पाया गया जिसे कि गुंबद में उतरने हेतु एक सीढ़ी के रूप में प्रयोग होना प्रतीत होता है. और तीसरे गुंबद में 2.5 फुट चौड़ी दीवार, 3 फुट की गैलरी और 2.5 फुट ऊंचा व लगभग 21 फुट बेस की व्यास की शिखर नुमा शंकुकार स्ट्रक्चर मिला. पत्थर पर फूल, पत्ती, कमल के फूल की कलाकृति मिली. Essentially saying that under the dome of the mosque is the shikhar of a temple. Sumaya Rana.
The thing is कि इस वक्त देश के अंदर जितने भी मुद्दे चल रहे हैं उन सारे मुद्दों को पीछे छोड़ने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक ये चक्रव्यूह, एक नाटक रचना है जिसने 1991 के प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट में, ये कहती हूँ आज कोर्ट की दुहाई सब दे रहे हैं, लेकिन क्या ये वो कोर्ट नहीं है जिसने प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट के बारे में वर्डिक्ट दिया था? तो क्या हम उस कोर्ट को हिंदुस्तान की किसी और देश की कोर्ट मान ले? वो भी तो वही कोर्ट का वही आदेश था जिसका आज
सुमैया राना जी
उल्लंघन हो रहा है.
गुंबद के नीचे शिखर जाके भाजपा ने तो बनाया नहीं. अभी एक रिपोर्ट है, आप बीजेपी को छोड़ दीजिए, ये कोर्ट सर्वेयर की रिपोर्ट है जो कि कह रहा है कि गुंबद के नीचे पत्थर पर फूल, पत्ती और कमल के फूल की कलाकृति मिली और 2.5 फुट चौड़ी वहां पर शिखर नुमा शंकुकार स्ट्रक्चर मिला. गुंबद के नीचे शिखर ना आचार्य विक्रमादित्य बना सकते हैं, ना जाके जीवीएल नरसिम्हा राव बना सकते हैं.
एग्जैक्टली. हमेशा मुगलों की बनाई हुई मस्जिदों के या आर्किटेक्चर के नीचे ही ये सब क्यों मिलता है? कभी ये क्वेश्चन विक्टोरिया मेमोरियल के लिए क्यों नहीं आता? कभी कोई बात विक्टोरिया मेमोरियल
आप बताइए
में दाखिल किया जाता है तो उसके नीचे मंदिर था या मस्जिद था या क्या चीज? क्या
लोगों ने मंदिर तोड़ के बनाए?
ठेका ले रखा है?
क्योंकि मुगलों ने ऐसा किया है।
नहीं, आपके सवाल का जवाब शायद दोनों जीवन नरसिम्हा राव और आचार्य विक्रमादित्य देना चाहते हैं। ऐसे ही क्यों मिलता है?
मेरा भी सवाल पूरा हुआ ही नहीं है। Please let me finish the
question. Okay, go on, finish your question, then both will reply. Yes, but that's an excellent question.
गुरुजी थोड़ा सा खामोश होइए।
समय नहीं था।
Just a second, Acharya Vikramaditya, please let Sumaya ji finish her question. Yes. So your first question is, why is it that under the dome a shikhar has been found and this happens repeatedly across the country? What's your second question?
दूसरी चीज सबसे बड़ी ये कि क्या देश में महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, महिलाओं की बलात्कार, उसके अलावा जो जिस तरीके से देश में पूरे कानून व्यवस्था है, उत्तर प्रदेश में कानून व्यवस्था है, क्या इन सारे मुद्दों से निजात मिल गई है? क्या देश हमारा विकसित देशों में आ गया है जो हम उन सारे अहम
सुमैया जी ऐसी बात करेंगे तो जब सैफई में उत्सव हुआ था 2013 में, उसके कुछ ही महीने पहले मुजफ्फरनगर में दंगे हुए थे, तो क्या दंगे खत्म हो गए थे? सब लोग घर चले गए थे जब आप सैफई में महोत्सव कर रहे थे? नहीं गए थे ना। तो ये सवाल तो सबसे पूछा जा सकता है। जब आपकी सरकार थी उत्तर प्रदेश में, चंद महीनों पहले मुजफ्फरनगर में दंगे हुए थे, चंद महीनों बाद आपने सैफई में महोत्सव किया। क्या दंगे सुलझ गए? क्या लोग घर चले गए? आपने सैफई महोत्सव क्यों किया?
क्या पुरानी इमारतों को तोड़ने ढाने से रामराज होगा?
चलिए, आपके पहले सवाल का, दूसरे सवाल का आई थिंक द जवाब इज क्वाइट, द आंसर टू द सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज क्वाइट अपैरेंट। टू योर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, आंसर जीवीएल नरसिम्हा राव, व्हाई कीप रेकिंग अप दीज हिस्टोरिकल वुड्स एंड टारगेट एंड कीप सेइंग गुंबद के नीचे ही शिखर है? यस, जीवीएल नरसिम्हा राव।
नहीं, ये दोनों सवाल मैं इसका जवाब देना चाहूंगा। उन्होंने अभी अरोप लगाया देश में महंगाई, बहुत समस्याएं हैं, हम जान भटकाने के लिए कर रहे हैं। आप समाजवादी पार्टी से है ना, जो अभी लेडी ने बात किया है, और अभी चुनाव में हाल में चुनाव में आपने हारा है, हमने भव्य जीत दर्ज किया है। हम क्यों चाहेंगे लोग उस जीत को भूल जाए? हार को भूलने के लिए आप बहुत सारे नाटक कर रहे हैं, हम जानते हैं। उत्तर प्रदेश में यह जनता का, ये हिंदू धर्म का, हिंदू जनता का ये अधिकार है। उन्होंने कोर्ट में जाकर के केस लगाई और कोर्ट ने सुनवाई करके ऑर्डर किया है।
आपको भी मालूम है
ये पहली बात। नहीं, दूसरी बात, नहीं, मुगलों ने मुस्लिम तानाशाही ने, मुस्लिम आक्रांताओं ने, सुन लीजिए, मैंने आपकी बात ध्यान से सुना है, प्लीज मैडम आप मेरा बात सुनिए। मैडम आपकी बात ने ऐसा कहीं किया है तो जानकारी दीजिए, हम किसी को नहीं छोड़ेंगे। लेकिन ये आपकी इंटॉलरेंस है, आपकी समुदाय की, आप इसके लिए जिम्मेदार नहीं है, आप इसके लिए जिम्मेदार नहीं है। बट लेकिन आप क्यों औरंगजेब के अंदर, आप क्यों औरंगजेब के बात कहना चाहते हैं? आप उनके पक्ष क्यों ले रहे हैं?
ऊपर से देख,
आप समाजवादी पार्टी है, ये औरंगजेब की पार्टी है,
इंतजाम क्यों नहीं करते?
Okay, Sumaya ji, that's a very simple answer to this. You seem to suggest that you have list of British monuments which are on top of temples which are held dear in Indian mythology. Please furnish a list. Perhaps people have the right to go to court against that. Nobody stops anyone from going to court against that. Let the devotees decide whether they want to challenge that in court as well. Acharya Vikramaditya.
बिल्कुल, सडनली दे हैव अ राइट टू गो टू कोर्ट, बट दे विल नेवर गो। अगर आप ओवैसी साहब को देखें तो बैरिस्टर हैं, पढ़े लिखे हैं, कैम्ब्रिज के पढ़े हुए हैं, लेकिन कभी कोर्ट में नहीं जाते हैं। लेकिन बाहर बैठकर जिस प्रकार से बोलते हैं वो साफ साफ दिखाई देता है। और सबसे निंदनीय तो आज की तारीख में अखिलेश जी का है कि जो हिंदुओं पर आक्षेप कर रहे हैं, पत्थर मूर्ति बन जाती है। इन्होंने जब शर्म नहीं करी, कहाँ गया, कौन गए? आप गए वारिस प्रधान, आप गए? अरे आप गए नहीं गए? आप गए ना, सब लोग की तो, अरे आप क्यों नहीं जाते भाई? आप गए लगा रहे हैं। एक रिपोर्ट है, कमिश्नर गलत है, व्हाई आर यू गोइंग टू कोर्ट? court. You will never go to the court. You don't have a guts to go to the court. You don't have a... आपके पास तो आपको तो कोर्ट ले जाना पड़ता है, क्योंकि जब आप बोलते हैं 10 मिनट का टाइम दे दो, 10 मिनट का टाइम दे दो, आप केवल यही कर सकते हैं, 10 मिनट का टाइम दे दो। 10 मिनट का टाइम मांग रहे थे ना आप कि पुलिस अदालत 10 मिनट के लिए, वो 10 मिनट टाइम वो आप बोल रहे थे 10 मिनट, उसी के बिहाफ पे आप कोर्ट जा सकते हैं। बट फॉर दिस थिंग यू विल नेवर गो टू द कोर्ट बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव एनी राइट, यू डोंट हैव एनी केसेस, you are basically just giving the vague comments.
No, here is a good point. Here is a good point, Mr. Pathan. Right at the beginning, you said that this is against the legal process. That there is a predetermined narrative being created. You must go to court against it. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि इस रिपोर्ट के द्वारा एक narrative create किया जा रहा है, you must approach the court against it. But that being said, I want to bring you back in, Mr. Maqsoodul Hasan. It is not just about the cover-up. It is not just about putting a white stone on top of a purported shivling. It is not just about people saying this is a fountain, where the survey report says that an oval structure has been found which is the closest to the traditional form a shivling takes. Now, I quote to you two instances that the report says the lawyer of the Intizamiya committee tried to mislead. Let me quote these two instances to you. Instance number 1. This is outside the western wall. पश्चिमी दीवार के बाहर पुरानी 3 चौकोर आकृतियां जमीन पर उत्तर पश्चिम के कोने में स्थित थी, जिस पर प्रतिवादी संख्या 4 के अधिवक्ता द्वारा ध्यान आकर्षित कराते हुए उनको कब्र बताया गया। पर वादीगण ने कहा कि ये तो चबूतरा और पत्थर है। So when the temple committee said that this is a chabutra and patthar, the Intizamiya committee lawyer says, oh, these are 3 graves. Point number 2, Vivadit Parisar, and we are talking about the area just under the dome. Then the survey committee goes under the dome and says, इसी विवादित परिसर में मौका एवं दौराने कमीशन कार्रवाई बड़ा खंबा बड़ा मीनार कहे जाने वाले स्थान का मुआयना वादीगण के अधिवक्ताओं के कहने पर किया गया, जहां वादी पक्ष ये ध्यान आकृष्ट कराया गया कि बड़ी मीनार के नीचे बड़ी सीढ़ी के बगल में जो चीजें खुदी हुई हैं वहां मंत्र आदि लिखा गया है। Then what did Mr. Mumtaz Ahmad say? Mumtaz Ahmad said कि दीवार पर सुर्खी और चूना लगा हुआ है, जगह जगह फटे के निशान पड़े हैं, इसलिए ऐसा लग रहा है कि मंत्र आदि लिखे होने का भ्रम हो रहा है। So you had the survey commissioner say that these look like mantras. The Anjuman Intizamiya committee lawyer says ये तो भ्रम है आपका, ये मंत्र है ही नहीं। Mr. Maqsoodul Hasan.
That commissioner whose name is Mishra, I think.
This is not Ajay Mishra. This is Vishal Singh's report, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, I know what you're going to say. Ajay Mishra has been set aside from the probe. We are talking about Vishal Singh's report. Now, can you comment on the content of the report?
I am in a great amazement that this Vishal, whatever the commissioner name is, leaked out this report to whole of the media.
So now you have nothing to say about the content of the report. Now you want to talk about Vishal Singh. अभी तक तो आप सारा इंजीनियरिंग समझा रहे थे कि फाउंटेन कैसा होता है, शिवलिंग कैसा होता है, डोम कैसा होता है, शिखर कैसा होता है. Now you are like let's talk about Vishal Singh.
मुझे बोलने दीजिए या आप बोलती रहिए.
सर आप कंटेंट के बारे में बात कीजिए ना, आप कंटेंट के बारे में बात कीजिए.
बोलने वाले हैं पद्मजा जी, अभी ये बोलेंगे कि इसमें कोई मुसलमान व्यक्ति नहीं था, अभी ये बोलने वाले हैं इसके अंदर, अभी एक नया कमेंट देने वाले हैं कि जितने भी कमिश्नर थे नो वन वाज मुस्लिम इन दैट. अब ये कहेंगे दोबारा कराओ, उसके अंदर एक मुस्लिम होना चाहिए, एक के सारे मुस्लिम होनी चाहिए. एक काम करें, काजी को भेज देते हैं, काजी को भेजते हैं.
No, they can never say that. Nobody can ever say that. And to be fair to everyone, nobody has ever argued it because these are commissioners appointed by court. Point number 1. And point number 2, the Anjuman Intizamiya lawyer was there at all times, and they have also appended their signature to the report. But the basic point of this report was to underline that there are some findings which seem to suggest that not only there is evidence to show that there is temple remains there, but strangely there might have been enough effort to try and cover up those details. We hope that the court finally will bring some clarity, throw some light on what actually happened. Thank you very much, all gentlemen. Sumaya Rana for joining me.